Hello, boys and girls. It's me, Koyoshi, and welcome back to my playthrough of Detective Pikachu Returns for Nintendo Switch. Just so everybody's clear, this is not the Switch 2 version because the Switch 2 is still quite a bit from coming out. I'm not sure if it's even going to be backwards compatible. Who knows? Anyway, we left off trying to solve cases of Pokemon that happened to Pokemon here in Rhyme City, and we found out that there was this evil Coordinate who just wanted to hurt everyone almost, and kind of made a big mess of things. Oh, and Pikachu lost his hat. That was not cool.
You know the drill, Tim. Wash your hands and gargle when you get home. Don't forget.
Oh yeah, we could just...
Quit playing dumb! We've got evidence that proves you're the culprit! Did I scare you, Tim? I felt like practicing my interrogating.
Some of these are extra funny stuff. You never know.
Could someone grab me a tissue?
But yeah, last video's end, we learned that we could talk
Detective
to...
tip number 2. If you want to catch a culprit, start with their Pokémon. You can learn a lot from their partner Pokémon.
It's interesting that it's random what type of videos. Anyways, I feel we should actually continue on with the game, but yes, we can talk to now. Leading to the potential Pikachu prompts, or Pika prompts rather, which we've seen before in the original game. They're back in this game as well. If you, depending on where you go, you may also change the animation of what happens. Some of these are just really weird.
Tip number 3. Learn from past cases. You may notice a pattern similar to a case you've solved before.
Interesting. So yeah, just talking to Pikachu normally gives you quite a few chips.
Well, if it isn't the great detectives.
Brad's still here. There's Manectric here as well. It's been a while, Brad. See, you're on the case too. So that means you are as well. Your private detective should do love sticking your noses into every little thing. Dennis has requested you personally. I'd be asking you to leave right now. Yep, he's still a jerk. Think he's holding a grudge to that time we showed him up? Says no funny visits. Sheesh, no wonder why you two are partners. That's enough, Brad. We're gonna be conducting this investigation together. This is the scene of the crime, right? This mansion belongs to Sanjay Dennis, a jeweler. So this is our first actual main case now. That was just a different one. Mr. Dennis is one of the wealthiest men in Rhyme City. There are also circumstances a civilian like yourself would never have the opportunity to meet him. Don't do anything to offend him. Oh, and don't get in the way of investigation here. Hey, he's just gotta dig in somewhere, doesn't he? Okay, Sam, come inside. Okay, so I guess I started at the right time. As scenes before the start of each case, I see. So this is our first actually important case we have to do.
I see.
Alright, Tim, Mr. Dennis is ready for you in the room to the right. Thanks, Inspector Holiday.
I see.
Alright, far is to right. Mr. Dennis is waiting there. We appreciate the help, Tim.
Okay, I'm gonna teach you some great detective tips. Great detective tip number 1. Every single thing a suspect says or does has a motive behind it. It's a great detective's job to uncover them.
Alright. So as you can see, PF prompts are very interesting because specifically in the original you could replay them if you have have a Pikachu Amiibo, which I got automatically whenever I bought Detective Pikachu 1 on the 3DS, so I believe I still have that, but we don't even know if they work here or not. Name of this painting is Silver Waves, and it depicts a Pokemon known as the Guardian of the Seas. It's rumored to move deep down on the ocean floor, but no one's ever seen it. Since the ocean floor is not exactly a place you'd casually visit.
Oh, Tim, I've been waiting for you.
Alright. So, this is Dennis. Alright. And his partner, Growlithe. My name is Sanjin Dennis. I'm a jeweler, and this is my partner, Growlithe. I'm Detective Tim Goodman, and this is my partner, Pikachu. Sorry to jump right into it, could you please tell us about what you know about the incident?
Oh.
Jewel was stolen while I was out of the house. It's called the Aura Drop, and it's a very rare jewel indeed. The Aura Drop? A mysterious name, magical even. He injured one of my staff members and made off with the jewel. Alright. Thankfully, my staff member's injuries were minor, and yet something sticking out to you is odd. While police are treating my trusted butler as the prime suspect, think the butler did it? Do you think you could tell me a bit more about the stolen jewel? Looks like this. These gemstones must be first cut and polished into beautiful jewels. The Aura Drop is said to have naturally formed into its shape. It shines, looks a bit like Aurora. Yeah, that's precisely how it got its name. Drop has been the subject of many a tale, but it was thought to be nothing more than a fiction. Even among us jewelers, for the longest time, we've called it the Jewel of Legend. He wasn't kidding when he called it precious. Guess it's no surprise that someone wanted to steal it. Well, he sounds valuable. Where were you displaying him? That's a security locked within a special reformed case inside my jewelry storage room. There are locks. Storage room door and a reinforced case. Despite all that security, it still got stolen. Mention the police already have a suspect. I believe my fate might be as my own trusted butler, Barnes. Why would they think that? Because Barnes and I are the only people who can access the key to the storage room. Someone else I'm getting to it. Key is always kept around Garth's net. If anyone but Barnes himself attempted to take it from him, Garth would start barking. The Garth is a very loyal Pokemon. She would never allow key to be taken by a stranger. I don't see a key around Battleset right now. I think Barnes took it. That would certainly make sense, assuming Barnes really is the culprit. Mr. Dennis, if possible, I'd like to talk with Barnes. Me being questioned by the police. You don't believe Barnes is the thief, is that correct? Barnes, since we were young, he worked in this home for many years and has always served us well. I'm certain he would never steal it from me. I couldn't possibly imagine him hurting anyone. So they're saying Barnes didn't do it, and the real culprit is still at large? That's right, someone else must have stolen the jewel. Please help me prove Barnes is innocent. Ah, so that's why he called us here, to clear his butler's name. And talk to Barnes later. I need the Aurora Drop and claim Barnes of suspicion. Those are two things you called us here to do? Please, you're the only ones I can count on. Job is to investigate the case and reveal the truth. We won't know if Barnes is truly innocent until we look into this more. The police must at least have some good reason to suspect him. But we'll do what we can. If that's acceptable to you, we'll take the case. That's more than acceptable. Thank you, Tim. Case, may I start investigating the scene of the crime? Of course, the jewel storage room is upstairs. I know you won't let me down. Tim, something I want to try, starting with this case. Something you want to try? Key's notebook. The writers for Detective Journal swear by it. Journal, that's the main thing you're always reading, right? Yeah, that's the one. They researched the most efficient way for detectives to organize their keystones. The solution they came up with was a case notebook. Intriguing, how does it work? I'm getting to that. First, fill out your notebook. Alright. You should say in the notebook any burning questions that arise while we're investigating. Memorize the evidence we've gathered during our investigation on the page below. After we've collected enough testimonies and evidence, begin deducting optional appear. Thus, we can start deducing the answer to our questions. We don't have enough testimonies or evidence right now, but once we do, we'll be able to start deducing. It's actually using the notebook is the best route. So, Tim, to do right now, we have to collect testimonies and evidence to figure out how the duel was done. To do that, we first have to investigate the scene of crime. That's right. Let's go check out the duel storage room. Alright. Some dueling tools have been left in here. I wonder if Mr. Dennis uses this room as a study too. Gee, to serve some visitors. I prefer coffee myself. Anything you like? This is partner Growlithe. She sure doesn't look happy. Apparently she feels responsible. No wonder why she slows down. Should leave her alone for a while.
I see.
You heard what Mr. Dennis had to say? I guess he also told you about his butler. He's definitely not so pleased that Barnes has fallen under submission. Sure seems that way. By his mission, I'm not liberally share all the information we gathered, but if there's anything I can do to help, just let me know. Thank you. What was the situation I mentioned like at the time of the incident? We're still looking into that. Sure you'll get more direct answers by asking the witnesses themselves. He's right, we should take this one step at a time and get our own tell. He's told Barnes is the police's prime suspect. Circumstantial evidence seems to be pointing in his direction. He doesn't sound terribly convinced. Does anything strike you as odd? Yes, actually, I can't think of a single motive for Barnes to steal that jewel. It doesn't appear to bear any will toward Mr. Dennis, and he's well financially. Said I may cover a motive in the course of our investigation. I can't say anything with certainty. Understood. Hey, the Aurora Drop is an incredibly valuable jewel. Aurora Drop's not just valuable, it's famous throughout the entire jewelry industry. There must be plenty of people who would like to get their hands on it. If it's stolen by an intruder, can't rule out that possibility, but based on current incidents, I see the likelihood of a burglary as well. So yeah, I guess we have to go around and explore various evidence, and that is how we figure out how to solve each case, and that's this game's so unique. The name of this painting is Golden Sunrise, and it depicts, a Pokemon that is spoken of in the legend. Say it brings eternal happiness, and that its winds shine with rainbow-colored light. The painting sure is beautiful, but the real thing is even more breathtaking. Man. Questions I asked you. Got a moment? Don't waste time chatting while you're on duty, huh? Awfully stubborn, are you? You're even harder to talk to than Brad's Nectar. McMaster is currently interviewing Mr. Barnes in this room.
Excuse me?
Guess it would be too much to ask you to join in, right? Afraid we can't even allow the great Detective Tim to do that. Police protocol, you understand?
You know, Tim, we're really living the good life at our apartment. A huge mansion like this must be a bane to clean.
Yeah, I agree with you. There's currently being searched by the police.
Whoa!
Hey, a crime, but we should still respect the residents' privacy. We shouldn't go barging into rooms that have nothing to do with the case, Tim. True, we need to focus on a Drew storage room. Storage room, the scene of the crime. Oh, there's stuff over here, though. Oh,
Oh,
so this Pokemon bears? There, it looks like it. They scattered all over the floor and the windows open. Maybe a Pokemon got in or out for here. Do you think it has anything to do with the case? Look at this. This is darker than others. You're right, the other 6 are a lighter shade of blue. Something about that is nagging me.
Seems like the residents of this mansion drink coffee frequently. I can tell by the aroma. What would have happened if Rhyme City didn't have a great detective like me? Maybe I was guided here by some kind of inexplicable force.
I will say, while these seem like tips, they are mostly unique cutscenes or Pika prompts that you can listen to. Seeing how the Pika prompts change from room to room is a big deal. Oh, holy crap, wait. Oh, we have to wait for our to get over before we can investigate. No wonder why that was a big delay. The Archer has been left exactly as it was at the time of the incident. Spencer's holiday has already filled me in. Please go right ahead. Thank you. Well, we got some extra evidence early. Doesn't hurt to have stuff like that. What is it, Pikachu? Chance out the door, but there's no signs of forced entry. Certain the thief used the key to get in. According to Dennis, this is the room where the Aurora Drop used to be. Let's take a closer look. What a beautiful jewel. And sparkly, absolutely brilliant. It's a red jewel. What a vibrant red. Like boiling out lava. It's almost too bright to look at. Alright. Okay, I can't look at that. This one's a blue jewel. It's like a deep blue, like the ocean. It's kind of a magical feeling to it. Green jewel. This green color reminds me of the forest. Just looking at it is calming. Area looks more disturbed than the rest. Let's start investigating. We might find who. Alright, don't let any details slip past you, Tim.
Let me see.
What do we look at first? Here's a blue flower. Do you think that belonged to was in this room? Maybe it's from a Pokemon that lives in the mansion. Let's look into that later. It's nice how they have chat arts to indicate where you've actually looked.
Hey, Tim. Quit looking at my tail and start investigating anything that looks suspicious.
That's almost like a Pika prompt that's like hidden. Alright, let's look at here. It's the only case that's damaged. Must have been where they kept the lure drop. The edge looks like it was sliced clean with a blade. I don't blade could slice clean through such a sturdy jewel case. Jewel case is still locked. Dennis said the jewel this case was stored under lock and key. It's case is a different key than the one to the jewel storage room. I wonder who has the key then. Oh, looks like part of the jewel case. Based on shape, do you think the top half of the case was cut off? Looks like it. It was a really clean cut. Alright. I see through it must have taken one really sharp blade. I doubt a human can pull that off. I'm already kind of thinking it might be that Corviknight from earlier. Don't you guys agree? There's some pop and on the ground. It looks really fluffy and soft. Bunch of cotton doing in here.
Right.
Covered everything I was wondering about. Any other spots you want to check?
Hey, Tim! Check it out! Looks good, huh?
Alright.
Disguises are a key part of detective work, you know.
yeah, whatever. Now quit goofing off and investigate.
He clearly doesn't appreciate my art. Perhaps I need to give him a little more training.
Interesting. Nice that jewel case is firmly fixed to the floor. Yeah, moving the base doesn't even look possible. I don't see anything else worth investigating. It tells us to begin deducing.
Okay.
Probably figure out how the culprit's still jewel by now, eh? Alright, so let's begin deducing in your case notebook.
Okay.
I have a few plausible theories. Which do you think is right? Up at a want the case and steal a jewel. No, like cut the case and steal the jewel. Hasn't actually stolen the jewel yet. The taken a large drop out of the storage room. Instead, they might have hidden around the cotton fluff scattered throughout the room.
Okay.
While we see in the crime scene, we can tell that the jewel case was sliced open. To that, the reward drop was removed from the case and taken away. Right. We saw that the jewel case was still locked, which supports that claim. Still need to investigate more to determine how the jewel case was sliced open. At least now we know how the thief got their hands on the reward drop. We made our first step forward. Alright.
Okay.
We're gonna stand down to use the case notebook now. So I got some evidence, I'll start deducing. Feel free to start deducing whenever you feel like it. And we can see all these other stuff. Drop is Mr. Den's prize. Someone has stolen it. I'm seeing we now know how the crime was carried out. We can't be certain to call it sliced open the case that took the jewel from inside, but there is one thing that's strange, oh yeah? Think what's strange about the way the crime was committed. Well, apparently the glass was cut here, but the door was not. However, it was under the key, but the jewel case was still locked when it was sliced apart. Yeah, that's right. Means the thief only had one of the keys, the one to the storage room. He needed a jewel case. According to Mr. Dennis, only he and Barnes can access the jewel storage room. I understand why the police suspect Barnes, but I'm not so sure. Obviously, it'd be best if we could talk to Barnes ourselves, but he's still being questioned. We need to ask Mr. Dennis about the lock on the jewel case. So we wrap up here, let's go ask him. How's the investigation going, Tim? Oh, Mr. Dennis. Sorry, I couldn't just wait around. Have you discovered anything? It does appear that the culprit used the storage room key to gain entry. I believe they cut a jewel case and took the alarm job. Is that so? I suppose that doesn't help Barnes much since he has access to the key. I have a question for you too, Mr. Dennis. It's the key to the jewel case. I have it right here. I always carry the key to the jewel case on my person. I know Barnes for a very long time, but I still won't give him the key. Maybe the jewel case is my personal responsibility. So both Barnes and Dennis cannot access the key. But only Mr. Dennis has the key to the jewel case itself. That's valuable information, Mr. Dennis. Thank you. I might be getting in the way, but I'm glad here I could help. Our job is meant to be a symbol of revival for Rents. Anyways, I'm counting on you, Tim. Symbol of revival. Let's ask Dennis about that later. Kyle in the case to steal the jewel, but they need to get into the storage room, and the only person that could have had access to the key is Dennis and Barnes, so it makes sense that the police would suspect Barnes. That had been used a lot in the storage room. Barnes wouldn't be under suspicion in the first place. Doing that, knowing people would suspect him. Maybe he didn't think that far ahead. In any case, based on what we found at the scene of crime, we can't be certain of anything just yet. Talk with Barnes and the other people in the mansion, hear what they have to say. Not just the people in the Pokemon too. I'll intercept for you when you talk to them. Alright, I'm counting on you too, Pikachu. Okay, now got our next steps figured out. Let's start interviewing everyone right away. No storage room. The scene of the crime. It's kind of nice we got critical evidence early. I just happened to notice something was up.
Whoa!
Alright. Apparently being searched by the police.
Hey, Tim, no need to hold back, you know. Talk to me whenever you want. I'm right here, after all.
Alright.
Hello there, Detective Tim. Oh, I mean, Detective Goodman?
Newest staff member of the Dennis residence, Larry Turner. Who are you? You are the detective, right? That's what Mr. Dennis said, at least. Wait, no, not proper enough. Sorry, my name is Larry Turner, and I'm a member of the house staff. Staff, huh? Seems in over his head. If you need anything, just let me know. I mean, please inform me. You really don't have to be so formal with us. Thanks, that's a huge relief. I got this job a while ago, but I'm still not used to talking all fancy. Oh, is that a problem? Well, it's a good thing for me that Barnes deals with the important guests. My main duties are taking care of the other Pokemon, managing the house, and the groundskeeping. I can handle all that, no problem. I don't know. Isn't exactly filling me with the confidence in his ability to do his job. Why, you wanted to ask what happened, right? I already told the Pokemon everything, at least everything I know. I'm really sorry for taking up more of your time. That's not what I meant. I'm not complaining or anything. It's just I don't remember what happened very well. Something attacked me out of nowhere and I got backed out. Something attacked him? So not the thief, then. You please tell us more about that, Mr. Turn? Sure, no problem. Right, so where to start? I did my job like normal today. I made food for the Pokemon, did some cleaning on the mansion, that sort of thing. I was tidy and guarded when it happened. I saw Jucklet fly out a second-story window. As I recall, I wondered where she was going. I mean, Ballad usually just walks out the front door. It seemed weird to me, so I went upstairs to see what was going on. That's when I saw the door to the little storage room was wide open, as if that wasn't shocking. I went to look inside, I suddenly got punched by a Pokemon. Next thing you know, I was lying on a sofa and someone was feeding my wounds. Punched you? Yeah, I feel like a glimpse, the small red figure just for a moment. Based on the size, it could have been human, so I'm guessing it was a Pokemon. Come on, do you know what kind it was? Really not sure. It all happened so fast. See, so sorry that happened to you. I'm glad you weren't seriously hurt. That's what the doctor said too. Look on, we want to steal the wardrop. It's possibly the cult that ordered their partner Pokemon to swipe the jewel and punch out Turner. Tim, so now that you heard Turner's story, what do you think? We need to find the Detective that flew out of the window and the red Pokemon too. Yep, you got it.
Excuse me?
Did you see anything else when the Pokemon attacked you? The thief who brought the Pokemon along was probably nearby. Fortunately, that's all I saw. Let's see. You think of any other details might give us a clue about the culprit? Nothing in particular is coming to mind. I mean, Mr. Dennis is such a nice person. I've never heard of anyone holding a grudge against him. And I was really surprised to hear Barnes is a suspect. You don't think Barnes is responsible? I guess the police must have some reason to suspect him. Honestly, I just can't believe it. It's still showing me the ropes around here. He's a great co-worker with tons of experience. I mean, if you know Barnes before all this, you could never imagine him being a thief.
Excuse me?
Do you know anything about the stolen drill? Drop? I've never even seen the thing. It's been shut up in that storage room ever since it was brought to the house. So I know it's valuable and all. I assume that's what's been causing all the arguments between me, Mr. and Mrs. Dennis lately. What sort of arguments? In case you haven't heard, Mr. Dennis says he's gonna donate the orange drop. Seems like Mrs. Dennis isn't against that plan. They've been fighting about it almost nightly. Must be a point of contention. Guess Mrs. Dennis just doesn't want to give up such a valuable duel. So the royal drop's been dry wedged between husband and wife, eh?
Here I am! You called for me? Huh? It's nothing? Oh, you just felt like calling my name?
Yeah, you too. Yeah, I do in the future. Hope you're okay with that. So we have a Kafale here. What if she saw something? It's Kafale, Mrs. Dennis's partner, apparently. Ask you a few questions. Oh, what gives? No need to be such rude. What's wrong? She's real suspicious of us. Maybe she's feeling sensitive after the incident here.
Yes? You certainly don't look like you're with the police. State your business.
We have Claudia Dennis. So this is Mr. Dennis's wife. The detectives, Mr. Dennis asked us to investigate the incidents that occurred here. Detectives, oh, I suppose my husband did say something about that. Your husband, that must mean you're Claudia Dennis, Sanjean's wife. Bob here, but do you mind if we ask you some questions? I do mind, actually. I'm gonna ask you to leave. This case has already been solved. What do you mean? Said that Barnes is behind all this, so the matter's settled. Heard that he's under suspicion, yes, but we can't be certain it was Barnes who was committed the crime. Just like my husband, but nothing you say will change the fact that Barnes is the culprit. Barnes' partner, Ducklight, was up to no good. I saw it with my own eyes. Did you witness the crime? Barnes' partner, Ducklight, involved in the crime? Looked as though you don't believe me.
Excuse
What
me?
you witnessed? So it's true you witnessed a crime. I didn't exactly see it clearly, huh? But I did witness some irrefutable proof. What exactly did you see? It's that I was enjoying a cup of tea on my room in the second floor. Just then I noticed a bird Pokemon flying outside the window. Bird Pokemon? What? Saw a blue bird Pokemon. It had to have been Ducklet. You didn't find blue feathers near the window and in the storage room, so those were Ducklets. So she was obviously stealing the jewel. I also heard a faint sound just before that. Something metallic. Talk sound. Do you know what could have made that noise? No, I don't. Storage room was ransacked, wasn't it? I suppose she must have broken something in the act. Eric confirmed that Ducklet's feathers were found in the room. Is that proof enough that Barnes is a culprit? Jeez. He's pretty darn convinced of her own theory. That's all based on a attack sound and a sight of a flying blue bird Pokemon. Pretty flimsy, if you ask me. Yep. Sorry, Mr. Dennis, but I believe that information alone is not enough to definitively prove that Barnes is a culprit. But find whoever it is, get that jewel back. Isn't that why my husband hired you for? Get that she's upset, but she doesn't have to take it out on us.
Excuse me?
Mr. Dennis seems confident that Barnes is innocent. I'm sure he is. He's always been too trusting, especially when it comes to Barnes. Us two really trust each other that much. So Barnes has worked here for a very long time. Much longer, in fact, than I know Jean. Suppose that's why Barnes is always taking my husband's side. What do you mean by that? Whenever my husband and I have a disagreement, Barnes inevitably signs this to Jean. Now he believes he's being impartial. The lack of self-awareness is yet another one of his many flaws. Feeling that Claudia is not a huge fan of Barnes. Think that's why she's so sure she's the thief?
Excuse me?
Tell me more about Ducklet. Uncle is Barnes' partner. She hunts on him tirelessly and is always by his side. You mentioned earlier that she might be involved in the crime somehow. Would Ducklet be capable of such a thing? Yep. She even helps Barn out with his shopping. Certainly be capable of making off with a jewel. Whether or not Ducklet stole the jewel, the one thing seems certain is that she really loves Barnes.
Yes?
Drop is an incredibly valuable jewel. Dennis told me the same thing. Do you really understand? Do you even comprehend just how valuable it is, huh? I knew it. Just look at that fitting session. Hey, my face always looks like this. As it is, I'm not even sure my husband understands the true value of that jewel. To get his hands on something so precious, why would he want to donate it to Rhyme City? So you against starting an aura job? Of course I am. Treasures like that aren't meant paraded out for the general public. They should be reserved for quiet observation by a select few. Imagine her quietly doing anything. Not the symbol of revival. What makes drop a symbol of revival? 2 years ago during the Aura incident, my jewel shop suffered considerable damage. Victim of the Aura incident? Yep, some Pokemon but sorts Aura went berserk. The rampage destroyed my shop to say nothing of the damage done to my jewels and other goods. By the time I already had the Aura jump, I did stored safely in the shop. So that was damaged too. No, as a matter of fact, it wasn't. If all my jewels in the shop, the Aura drop was the only one to remain unscathed. In fact, debris fell so perfectly the Aura drop you might believe it was being protected. That's incredible. I guess there's some magic left in this world after all. Since then, the Aura drop became is a jewel that survived the Aura desert. Started visiting my shop just to see it. And thanks to all that attention, my business was able to get back on its feet. A valuable jewel, in more ways than one. What makes you decide to bring it to your invention instead of keeping it out yourself? I decided to donate it to Rhyme City. The road job, why donate something so precious to you? It's not just precious to me, and not just precious to me, and that's exactly why I decided to donate it. Ray Myers has done his part in proving by declaring the start of Pokemon Friendship Week. I thought it was about time I did mine, so I wanted to donate the jewel that survived the Aura incident as a symbol of Rhyme City's revival. I hope that doing so, I can help live in not just my shop, but the whole city as well. Wow, the Summerfest. That's a wonderful gesture. How'd you think so? Not everyone is so pleased about it. Yeah. No, I forgot I said anything. I shouldn't burn concern over such personal matters. For now, I'm counting you to find the war job as quickly as possible. Understood. We'll do everything we can. Mr. Barnes, you not to leave the mansion till further notice. Understood. Hey, it sounds like the police finally finished questioning Barnes. Let's go talk to him. Yeah. Brandon Barnes. So this guy is the butler in Dennis residence, huh? How did it come to this? Why are the police so suspicious of me? Excuse me, are you Mr. Barnes? Who might you be? I'm Detective Goodman. Tim Goodman. Mr. Dennis has hired me to investigate the crime that occurred here. Is that so? My apologies. I am Brandon Barnes. Here at Dennis residence as a butler. I asked you some questions, Mr. Barnes. So you must be really tired since you were just questioned by the police. Please don't worry about that. Hi, Mr. Dennis. It is my duty to give you my full cooperation. Thank you. What would you like me to speak about first?
Yes.
I was away when the incident occurred. It wasn't until after I finished my errand and realized something was amiss. I heard Turner cry out from the second floor. When I rushed upstairs, I found collapsed on the floor in Jewel's storage room. So that means Barnes was the first to witness to arrive at the scene of crime. See the thief or their partner Pokemon? No, nothing like that. Barnes ran up the stairs. Do you think he'd run straight into the thief? He didn't see anyone. Could they have escaped from the second floor? Did you check the storage room? Yes, the door was already open. When I sighed, I saw that the ore drop was gone. I then contacted Mr. Dennis and the police right away. Is there anyone who could corroborate their whereabouts at the time? Fortunately, no. It was only after that Mrs. Dennis came out of her room to see what the commotion was about. And only hours Others in the house at the time were Growlithe and Clefable. Actually, no one could have take witness statements for Pokemon, so I'm afraid I have no alibi. That's where we come in. The Pokemon that live in this mansion might know something. Mr. Barnes, do you have any idea who the jewel thief might be? Not a clue, I'm afraid. I do know Mr. Dennis and I are the only ones who can freely use the key to the jewel storage room. Aleph guards that key with constant vigilance, so I imagine it would be very different for anyone else to take it from her. So it's no great wonder why the police are set to be, given the circumstances. But I would never do something so senseless. At least that confirms only those two have access to the key.
Yes.
How about Ducklet? This is my dear partner Pokemon. Just look at this photo. Is Ducklet with you there? Isn't she adorable? Just look at her feathers. Simply beautiful. But that's not all. She's also incredibly clever and helps me out with my work. Excuse me. I'm terribly sorry. I tend to get a bit carried away when I speak about Duckman. It's really no problem. You mentioned that she helps you with your work. What exactly does she do? Let's see. She runs errands for me, such as buying coffee beans for a local cafe. Oh, she buys coffee beans? Nice. It's nearby called the Hyatt Cafe. Perhaps you've heard of it. She regularly goes shopping there by herself. If that's our go-to cafe, then it's gotta be for the Hyatt Bem. Cause shouldn't be surprised that Rhyme City's elites have such refined tastes. Asked her to go to the cafe today, in fact, but she hasn't returned. Could she have wandered off somewhere? Anyway, do you have any idea where Ducklet might be? Fortunately, no. It's found in the scene of crime are Ducklets, right? Yep, no question about it. But I haven't had the faintest idea why Ducklet's feathers would be there. Just the thought of her getting caught up in the crime somehow. I'm so worried I can hardly think straight. Now, about the Aurora Drop. Out of all the jewels in Mr. Dennis's collection, he considers the Aurora Drop to be his most precious. He worked tirelessly to acquire it in the first place. You might even say the Aurora Drop is the physical manifestation of crystallization of Mr. Dennis's career as a dueler. It's nothing but swift retribution on the thief who stole it from him. Someone who speaks so formidably, Barnes is a pretty passionate guy, isn't he? Please, Tim, find the Aurora Drop, I beg you. Sir, we're on the case.
Well...
Based on Barnes' testimony, I'm really not surprised the police have had him. It's only another witness, at least. About that, aren't you forgetting something, Tim? Huh? Still, as Graf and Clavo were in the mansion at the time of the incident, remember? Maybe the Pokemon saw something. Exactly, you can read the rest of me. Let's go question him, Tim.
Tim! Yo, Manectric! Working hard?
Says, stay out of my way.
What did I ever do to you?
Alright, well, if you ask me, just based off of the feather sabs, do you think Corviknight might have been the thief all along? We did have to stop up him at one point. Maybe Corviknight actually made off with the jewels. That's what I think. That crazy Pokemon Corviknight, he always does something bad, it seems. Maybe he's the one who did it, huh? Well, in that case, we have no time for that. So, actually, we have multiple save files, so I guess we get to use these. Why not? We're gonna save the game in this file, and yeah, we're gonna call it quits. I'll see you guys in the next video. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.